what are we having, Nicole?
We are having a breve.
Even under masks?
Even under masks, I feel like we could do it.
A lot of people are just getting introduced to you in Seattle.
The primary went so much better than I expected.
And this is going to be something that will now play out over the next several days when more of those late ballots continue to get counted.
I expected to get through. I did not expect to come in first. So that was encouraging.
And you've got this, objectively speaking, really interesting background about how you came to Seattle.
I kind of was on my own as a teenager, and I lived in a bunch of different places. When I came to Seattle, I loved it so much, so I ended up staying.
The J&M Cafe, did I see that? You were at the J&M Cafe?
Yes. Yep, in the 90s, I worked at the J&M Cafe, yes, during the joint cover days. When I had a baby, and I was also still waiting tables, and I had kind of like the best that it can get as a server job, where it was busy every night, the money was consistent. I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do forever. And so I had thought about getting a PhD, but it seemed like it took a really long time, so I decided to go to law school instead. It's only 3 years.
So you get your degree and you decide public defender?
When I was growing up, my brother went to juvenile prison, and he did not come out the other side. An easier person to deal with, and it took a long time to get over those things. And so it was something that I felt deeply that I could be helpful in.
And what did you learn in the public defenders?
What I actually saw was much more horrific than I had actually anticipated. Especially in misdemeanors, it's just prosecuting poverty.
So is it fair to say you want to blow up the system?
I mean, so blowing up the system, I think, is makes it sound very sudden, right? So the idea is not that you can just blow up the system, everything is legal, escape from New York or Thunderdome. The idea is to build up community-based resources so we don't need that system for everything. And so currently, we might spend $10,000 on prosecuting someone who's stolen a sandwich.
So when you describe yourself as an abolitionist, you're not talking about flipping a switch overnight.
No, no. I mean, and I think that's, so I use the word abolition because it has very long roots. I understand that why people think that it's just it's going to be like the purge overnight, and it's not that I think that we can just get rid of cops and jails and everything's going to be fine. It's clearly not going to, but we need to build up the system, and that's what it's about. It's about reinvesting in the community, not just getting rid of cops.
Okay, so you're a candidate and everybody's going through old social media. Old tweets that you had from 2020, and there was a fire at the youth jail just down the street that you had tweeted, "This person is a hero who set the fire," and that you also tweeted, "Property destruction is a moral imperative."
Yes.
So what do you mean by those tweets?
What was happening at the time was there was large-scale protests all over the nation, and including in Seattle. There was the response by police was very violent. My neighborhood was tear gassed night after night, even though a federal judge or a Superior Court judge said they couldn't anymore. It kept happening. And so there was a lot of social media pushback on property is the big thing. You know what I mean? As if human life and property are equal, and they're not. And so that's the kind of thing that people kept harping on, was property, property, property. And so I was not planning on running for office last summer, and I did not choose my words carefully with an eye towards that. And so I said deliberately inflammatory things on Twitter.
So you don't believe those things now, is what you're saying?
I don't. I guess what I'm saying is that that's not a. I don't think that we should be burning down people's homes or destroying their things. That's not what I'm saying at all.
What do you think this race is about, besides two people being able to have a short breve in the middle of a park?
I think this race is really about approach. I would not say, and I do not say, that we have no problems here, that we have no problems in Seattle. Homelessness is a community crisis.
Well, we shall see. It's a fascinating race.
Yes, it is. I know.
You might need more of these, though.
I know. Yes, I think I probably will.
Keep on through. Well, thanks for sharing a drink with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.